And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar. Good to see you all with me once again for another episode of New Earth TV Live. Got some exciting insights to share today on New Earth TV Live when we get into Q&A. And of course, we're going to do a mass earth meditation, and we're also going to do some distance healing as well. But first and foremost, before we get started, we'll go ahead and move into some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing to detoxify, rejuvenate, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, a reminder that the Mind Deck 2nd edition, which contains 44 cards, is now available. All right, and you can use the promo code October15. Okay, so that's capital letters OCTOBER15. Unfortunately, I am sold out of the printed edition of the Energy Deck. Okay, but the digital edition is still available. And what I'm going to be doing this weekend is I'll be doing pre-orders. Okay, so starting tomorrow morning, you guys can still order the Energy Deck printed edition, but it will be as a pre-order. Okay, I'm getting them in early November, so the next batch is on its way. But I sold out of them so quick. As soon as I did that video about the positive polarity collector and the negative polarity receiver, just with those two cards. And like I said, the Energy Deck itself with all cards is fantastic. But just using those two unique cards, the Energy Deck sold out so quickly. So again, the next one is coming here in very early November. But again, starting tomorrow morning, I will have the pre-order campaign ready for the Energy Deck. So you can just order, pre-order, and then once they arrive, I'll be sending them out. Okay, so they will be here in early November. But in the meantime, the Mind Deck and the Body Deck, both of them are still available in printed edition. But again, all three decks are also available in digital edition as well too. So remember to use the promo code, get 15% off. This is good until Halloween, and it's 1 use per customer. So take advantage of it while it lasts. And private sessions. So private sessions are available. I decided not to do my Thursdays because my Thursdays are actually getting pretty busy with other projects. So I basically had to kind of take the Thursdays out right now. So I have to kind of rewrite the bottom here. I'm no longer available on Thursdays, but I am still available Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays with private sessions, 3 questions by email, and Akashic Record sessions. And of course, the private sessions and the 3 questions by email are also included with tarot readings if you want that option as well too. It's been very, very great. I've had a lot of clients who I've been doing tarot readings for, and they've been phenomenal. So feel free to check that out on newearthteachings.com. But again, I am just going to be available on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Thursdays, I need some time to take care of other projects. And speaking of other projects, here's a big one. Back in 2020, I was looking to do a Stonehenge tour. And unfortunately, because COVID came, we were not able to do it. But the good news is, for 2023, July 30th to August 6th in 2023, we are introducing the Kundalini and Inner Practices Stonehenge Tour. So we were going to be taking a tour of Stonehenge. We're going to be looking into a crop circle museum. We're going to also be looking into the fundamentals of crop circles. We're going to be looking more into the Arthurian legends and Avalon. We're also going to work to see if we can make open physical contact with the Pleiades, with Pleiadians as well too, on this tour. So we are going to work with extraterrestrial contact, right? So we're basically, if we see ships, maybe if we see people, okay, that certainly is some very powerful phenomena that is going to take place. So there's going to be open ET contact that we are going to attempt to do through the Stonehenge tour. And of course, there's also Kundalini Awakening. So for those of you who want to sign up, we only have 21 spots available. Okay, so 21 spots are available. So make sure you order quickly, because this is going to go quite quickly. I already have a few people that are interested in the Stonehenge tour already. So again, all you do is just go to the website here on the bottom right that you see, wowtours.de. Okay, that's wowtours.de. You can also find the link in the video description. So again, it's happening between July 30th and up to August 6th. And again, I will be there. My first trip to the UK. So I'm looking forward to this, to visiting Stonehenge, to going into all these beautiful sites with 23 other people. It's going to be amazing. So again, 21 registration spots are available right now. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're in the UK and you want to join me, go ahead. Okay. If you're in Ireland, go ahead. If you're in Spain, wherever you are, doesn't matter where you are in the world. Everyone is welcome, as long as we get the registration spots filled up, which I think will be happening here very soon. Like I said, we already got a few people so far, not free, a few people already interested in this. So again, order fast, because this is going to go really, really fast. There's an early bird special right now. So please make sure you take advantage of it. Go to wowtours.de. I'm super excited for this. This is going to be a life-changing event, right? Kundalini Awakening is exactly as it sounds. I'm going to be waking up your Kundalini. And we're also going to be working with a new method called the Abidance Method, which is sort of like the Release Ball Method, but a little bit more advanced. So I'll be talking about that along the tour too. So again, that's the Kundalini and Inner Practices Stonehenge Tour from July 30th to August 6th. Register now at wowtours.de. And reminder that everything on this YouTube channel is backed up onto Odyssey. New Earth Teachings backup channel is odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. You can follow along there too. Link is also in the video description. Okay, so that gets the announcements out of the way. Really looking forward to that tour. That'll be really, really awesome. So the next thing we're going to get into now, guys, is we're going to go ahead and start with the guided mass earth meditation. So we are going to do a meditation on earth. So if you want to go ahead and join along with me, you can just go ahead and get yourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, making sure the body is free of any tension. And we are going to do some heart rate variability breathing as well too. So as you're relaxed, you can even lay down for this if you want to. That's totally fine. If you want to sit down or sit cross-legged or lay down on a couch or a bed, on your yoga mat, that's completely fine. Okay, so now that we're just nice and relaxed, spine is nice and straight, go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to do 10 rounds of the heart rate variability breathing. So again, this is nose breathing, breathing in for 4 seconds, breathing out for 6 seconds. So let's begin. Deep breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And if you feel any soft sensations, any subtle sensations, any buzzing, warmth within the body, completely normal. That's all part of moving into the lower idle or subtle state of being. And so now that we are in that subtle state of being, we're now just going to envision the earth, just similarly to what you see here on the screen. And I want you just to feel yourself now floating out of your body, going into your astral body. And again, you're just feeling yourself just above the earth, just like what you see here on the screen. And that you're making your astral body gigantic. You're making it enormously large, almost as large as the earth herself. And you're looking down at the earth. Now I want you just to feel everything upon the earth, just like you're looking at the earth as a witness, as an observer, as a spectator. I want you just to tune in to the earth. And how we're going to do that is we're just going to open up our heart, just like a blossoming flower. And we're just going to feel a heart tether coming out of the heart, and it's connecting right to the core of the earth, right to her center. So I want you to feel this very long etheric cord just coming right out of your heart, and it's just piercing all the way down into the earth, right into her core, and connecting together with her heart, bonding in harmony with the heart of the earth. And you're just seeing this really long tether that is outstretched, etheric in nature, connected to the heart of Mother Earth. As that tether is connected, just feel her. Do not concern what is on the surface. Do not concern what you see in regards to layers. Rather, just see the heart, see the core, see the essence that she is. And let her loving energy flow through that cord as you and the earth are now one. Just feel your divine loving mother. Feel loving Mother Gaia, Mother Sophia, Mother Terra, and let her love be yours. And I want you to feel a really good feeling. I want you just to really feel that pure love, that unconditional love that the Mother Earth has for you. I want you to feel that really strongly within your heart right now. As you feel all of that love in your heart, I want you to create an energy ball right in the center of your chest. And I want you to collect all of that love energy that the earth is giving you. And just seeing that energy ball in the center of your chest getting bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter. As it gets bigger and brighter, the light of that energy ball is now flowing through your arms and right out to your palms. And what you are going to do is you're going to use this pure heart essence of the Mother Earth to cleanse the surface of the entire planet. So you're going to give this to family humanity. You are going to give this to the family animal kingdom. You're going to give this to the nature kingdom. You're going to give this to the mineral kingdom. You're going to give this to the elemental kingdom. All life that is upon the earth, you will be giving them this pure, unconditional, loving essence that you are now housing within your own vessel. And just holding your hands out and watching that light build up, and through the intention, feeling that soft light shooting out from the hands and completely encompassing the entire earth in this soft veil, looking like a soft white aura that is completely covering the entire earth. And as you zoom into the earth, upon the land masses, seeing all the people, the animals, the insects, the nature, the minerals, the elemental kingdom, you're feeling this same aura radiating throughout all of them. So I want you just to cover all life upon the planet, cover all of the land masses, cover all of the oceans. Everything upon the surface of the earth is now being administered with this pure, unconditional love that you are presenting it now. And we will just take 2 minutes of silence as you work and facilitate this unconditional love upon the earth. 2 minutes of silence, beginning now. And letting yourself come back now. Letting all of that last bit of energy that has been given to you by the earth, placing that throughout this beautiful, soft, white aura that covers the earth. And knowing that all of the pure, unconditional love that you have received with the earth shall always be with you. For you now realize how completely in union, in harmony, and in oneness you are with your divine Mother Earth. So we're now going to see that tether returning back into our hearts, moving all the way back into the heart. And just taking this minute now to ground all the loving energy that you have sent upon the earth, letting all of that loving energy return to you. Let it fill every cell of your body, from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. As you realize, as you know, how much your Mother Earth absolutely, unconditionally loves you. And just taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Just slowly coming back now into the physical body, back into the physical form. Slowly moving your fingers, slowly rotating your wrists, rotating your shoulders, curling your toes, fluttering your eyes. And once you are ready, you can feel free to return to the present moment. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Denise says, I don't want to stop hugging the planet. Then keep hugging her, right? You don't have to stop. I'm just moving forward in my broadcast, but if you certainly want to stay with Mother Earth and just keep hugging her, keep sending her love, absolutely. I will never stop that from happening. So by all means, continue to take some more time. But thank you, everybody, for joining me for the Mass Earth Meditation. Hope you really enjoyed that. Like I said, we can go back and do this all the time, as long as we have the recording here. Just go back into it every single day. Just feel that unconditional love that is flowing through your mother. Let that come in here. Let that energy radiate, and just sending that love energy out into the earth. And we can do that in any way we wish. It's all up to you as a creator. All right. Okay, everybody. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move into some distance healing. So we're going to do some distance healing. It is going to be a bit of a short broadcast today. I'm probably just going to do 90 minutes of the broadcast just because there's a lot of things I have to take care of this afternoon. So we're just going to probably go to about 12:30 today. So I'll do a few volunteers, and then we'll do a group healing. Then we're going to get right into Q&A. Okay? So we'll probably get into Q&A here about 11:45, 11:50, around that time. Okay? So I'll take a few volunteers here today. So if you guys do have a healing request, either for yourself or for someone else, just feel free to put it into the chat. And then after a few of them, maybe like 4 or 5, we'll get into some group healing, then into Q&A. All right, so welcome everybody. Good to see everybody here. Got a very nice donation here from DVTV, $50. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, DVTV. Blessings to you. And I got a request here from Martine. Thank you for your donation as well. Martine says, I request some healing for my lower back, please. Martine, certainly. Be happy to do that with you. So, Martine, what I want you to do right now is just get yourself nice and comfortable, making sure the spine is nice and straight. You can place your hands in prayer posture. And we're just going to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And out. 2 more, just deep breath in. And out. Once more, inhale. And out. All right. So, Martine, just placing your hands upon your heart, feeling your heart opening up like a blossoming flower. As you feel your heart opening up, bringing your hands back into prayer posture, and feel all of that light, that heart light, moving in between the palms. As it moves in between the palms, you're just expanding the hands out nice and slowly. As you inhale and exhale, expanding all of that light throughout the entire cosmos, letting it permeate throughout all of creation, as this represents your love, your trust, and your faith. And as you slowly bring your hands back into prayer posture, you're just saying the affirmation, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. And this will be for your lower back. So we will go ahead now and begin. Release. Okay, so Martine, just bringing your hands out and just bringing all that light back into yourself. And as you're slowly starting to collect all that light, just saying the affirmation, God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Bringing your hands back into prayer posture, feeling that light coming all the way back into your heart. Okay, so there was just a lot of emotional tension, physical tension within the lower back, a lot of strain, right? So basically I was able to clear all that out. So your back will be feeling better here in no time. But it's good to make sure that you're working with something like the release ball technique, release ball method, the prana transmission technique, BCR, right? Just make sure you're taking good care of yourself. This is emotional buildup. This is mental buildup. This is too much stress. This is too much strain. So it impacts our spine heavily, particularly around the hips and the lower back. It can even again affect our shoulders, our neck, but the hips primarily. When our hips are out of alignment, the entire back is out of alignment. Okay, so you want to make sure your hips are well aligned, and making sure that again we're clearing away all of the physical, emotional, and mental debris in that area. One of the best ways to do that is through release ball method. Okay, thank you very much, Martine. Infinite blessings to you. Love and appreciation. Namaskar. Okay, so we will move on. Okay, this one is from DVTV100. DVTV says, Hi Brad, this is Domingo. Hello Domingo, thank you for your contribution too. Requesting a healing for my brother Eduardo, that is experiencing a mass in his colon. Lots of love, respect, and gratitude for you. Okay, great. So yes, Domingo, I will work with your brother Eduardo. So again, as he may not be present, I'll just be calling in his higher self. So I'll just be asking Eduardo's higher self to be present with me here. Okay, he is present with me now. So I'm just working with his higher self. So we bring the heart light in between the hands, expanding that light out, permeating the cosmos, bringing the hands back. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. And for his mass in his colon. All right. We will begin. Okay, and to Eduardo's higher self, just bringing all of that light back into himself. God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing that all back into the light of the heart. Okay, so for Eduardo, the good news is we will be able to shrink that mass. Okay, a lot of it has, again, been emotional related, emotional anxiety, a lot of problems in that sense pertaining to, I think, also personal health. There's been a lot of personal issues within the intestines as well, too. It may have just been some bad eating that he's been doing, but a lot of it in that sense is a lot of stress. A lot of it is shame as well, too. Okay, that's a very, very low vibration. If you guys want to know what the lowest emotion is, it's shame. Okay, there's a lot of shame in him, Domingo. Okay, so the good news is we were able to cut that cord. We were able to put a new cord in its place. Now, again, it will be able to completely disappear as long as he's able to continue to make some life changes. Okay, so if he's eating well, he's taking good care of himself emotionally, may start meditation, right? You could even show him the release ball method as well, too. If he continues with that, it will stay gone. If he doesn't, it could come back. Okay, so that's just a reminder for him, just making sure that he's taking good care of himself. Okay, but I feel like the mass will start to shrink here over the next little while, and as long as he continues to take care of himself, it will stay gone. Okay, so this is an opportunity for him, and blessings to him. Hope he continues to follow through with that opportunity. All right, infinite blessings to you both. Namaskar. Thank you. Okay, so let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, this one here is from Annalie. Annalie says, hello, really need some healing to my left hand, some kind of tunnel syndrome. Okay, carpal tunnel. Yeah, I've heard of those. Okay, so Annalie, just be present with me here and now, placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale and out. Okay, placing your hands in prayer posture, opening up the heart like a blossoming flower. Let all of that light energy flow into the hands, letting yourself expand the hands now. As you breathe in and breathe out, making that light permeating the entire cosmos, representing your love, your trust, your faith. And as we slowly bring our hands back into prayer posture, saying the affirmation, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. Thank you, Annalie. We will now go ahead and begin. Okay. So Annalie, just coming back now, grabbing hold of all that light, bringing it back slowly into yourself, saying the affirmation, God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Bringing the hands back into prayer posture, feeling all that heart light returning back into the heart. Okay. So Annalie, good news is your carpal tunnel syndrome will be cleared away. Okay. Just keep an eye on it in the next few days and just be aware of how it feels. Okay, so a lot of it was physical tension. Okay, the good news is there wasn't a lot of emotional tension. There's a little bit, but a lot of it is physical tension, just bad posturing in that way. Okay, and that can certainly happen. I've certainly almost had problems close to carpal tunnel syndrome myself, so it's just bad posture. So that's the good news. We were able to cut the cord with it, put a new cord in, and again, we're going to start feeling the healing effect here taking place over the next few days. So Annalie, if you want to keep in touch with me, let me know how it's doing, and keep me updated. That's always appreciated. Thank you, Annalie. Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, here's a request here from Mario. Mario says, hello, Brad. May I request healing for my son? His name is Danny and has a neurological anomaly. Okay. We'll take a look at that, certainly. So I will do some work for Danny, and I'll be calling in his higher self here now. So for Danny's higher self, just to be present with me in this moment. Okay, he is here. So again, just working with his higher self, opening up the heart, putting the heart light into the hands, expanding the light. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, we'll begin. Okay, so to Danny's higher self, just bring all of that light back into the heart. As that's happening, saying the affirmation, God is making me better, God is making me better, God is making me better. Bringing the hands back into the heart. Okay, very good. So Mario, we were able to get most of it out. Now some of it is still part of his agreement about why he's here, right? He still needs to let go of certain things before he makes a complete and full recovery. But the good news is we were able to get most of it out. Okay, so there certainly will be a lightness to it as we continue on the next few days. Okay, so it will be a lot lighter. A lot of that in that sense just has to do with when we have these kind of neurological anomalies. A lot of it just really is kind of, brain work. There's brain work to it, but it's also experience, right? So basically in that sense, as he's going through his life, again, there's always tension, there's always strain, there's always karmic debris that surrounds that. As he really starts looking in a much more compassionate version of himself, and he starts to embody that a lot more, this will completely disappear. It really is just the idea of going all the way into deep compassion, deep surrender, deep love, and just appreciation of those who are around him, and appreciation in that sense about what he can become as that compassionate person too. As he exercises that, I feel that this entire neurological impairment anomaly will be gone completely. Okay, so we probably were able to get it down to about 75, 80, 85%. Okay, so there's about that 15, 20, 25% that remains. So just keep talking to him and work with him as well too. Send your love to him. The more that he's in that love, the more that helps to completely clear away 100% of the anomaly. All right. Thank you very much. Blessings to you both. Okay. So I think we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more person, and we're going to get into group healing. Okay, this one here is from. Let me just give me a moment here, because Debbie, I think I did a healing on you the other week. Okay, I want to see if I can find somebody new just for this week, but you can always come back next week. Let's go to Claire here. Okay, so Claire, may I request healing for my friend who is suffering from severe COPD? Okay, yes, we will certainly work together with that. Just give me a moment here, guys. Okay, sorry, I just had an issue with my computer there for a second. Okay, yes, so working with your friend, I didn't get her name, but she's suffering from COPD. Okay, so I'll work together with that. And so I'll call in Claire's friend. I'll just refer to her as that, as Claire's friend now, to whom she refers to. Be present with me now. Okay, she is present with me now. So again, bringing forward the heart light, expanding that light out. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. All right. So working with her COPD, focusing on the lungs, we'll go ahead now and begin. Okay, bringing that light now back into the heart. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Bringing that all back into the heart. Okay, so Claire, for your friend, it feels like she's been through a lot. Okay, so I was actually working on her lungs and I was also working on her heart at the same time. She's been through a lot, so I think she's been through maybe a lot of family trauma, personal trauma as well too, and that has majorly impacted her lungs, right? Our lungs really are the scales of balance in the body. So if we have any problems with the lungs, our scale of our equilibrium, the idea of our emotions, our mentalities, our tendencies are really flaring up, and that affects the lungs, right? It was also affecting some of her heart as well too. So just went in there, cleaning a lot of that debris out. She should be making a full recovery, okay? So that's the good news. Talking to Spirit, we were able to clear a lot of that out. So again, her soul is very cooperative and being able to work with that. So Claire, please feel free to keep me updated, maybe over the next few days. Let me know how your friend is doing, okay? So if you guys need to know how to keep me updated, go to newearthteachings.com, go to the contact page, drop me a message right there, okay? And I'll be happy to hear from you, especially for those of you who have received distance healing today, okay? All right, everybody. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to group healing. Then we're going to get into Q&A. So everybody who wants to join me, what we're going to do is just get yourself nice and relaxed. Make sure your spine is nice and straight. We're just going to place our hands upon the center of our chest. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in and out. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, opening up the heart, feeling the light from within the heart, moving in between the palms, expanding that light out. Let it permeate the entire cosmos. All right. And moving your hands back together very slowly. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. Now we're going to do it a little bit differently today than we have been in the previous weeks. Okay. All I want you to do right now is I want you just to be aware. You don't have to worry about scanning the body or anything like that. I want you just to be aware of a condition that you want to have taken care of today. Okay. I'm not going to put you in a sphere or anything like that. But I want you just to be aware of the condition, one particular condition that you are looking to clear away, that you're ready to give up, ready to surrender to, and want to have released. Now, if you want to dedicate this to another person, as we're bringing that light back in, you're just saying, I completely believe that the healing that they shall receive will heal them. Okay? And you can think of a condition that they have, and that will go to them as well too. Okay, so let's do that now. Expanding the light out for those of you who are sending this to another person. As you bring the light back in, I completely believe that the healing that they shall receive will heal them. Okay, so take a moment now and just pull out that particular condition. It can be anything physical, mental, or emotional. Okay, and just pulling it out, it's like a little ball that's just directly floating in front of you. You feel that kind of black mist inside that ball, right? And again, that's all you have to do. Just hold that there. And we will go ahead now, and we'll begin with the group distance healing. Here we go. Okay, I want you to check with that ball. See if that ball is now completely empty of that black mist. If it is, just go ahead and dissolve the ball, and you're completely well and good. If there's a little bit of debris within that ball, just a little bit, just placing your hands around that ball, and I want you just to completely surrender to it. Surrender to everything that's in that ball, letting it all go, letting it all go, letting it all go. Once you feel like you have completely surrendered, snap your fingers. Let the ball be empty. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the last step now, absorption. Okay. So deep breath in, deep breath out. And relax. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for participating with the group healing. Thank you guys for your healing requests. All right. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears now, and we're going to move into Q&A. So it's question and answer time. Yeah, someone pointed out, Brad, no beard. I know, this is actually my first time without a goatee or without a beard. I'm doing a lot of fitness right now, so I'm losing weight. I'm looking a little bit younger, so the beard makes you look older. And I'm just kind of feeling like a younger mood, so I just cleared it away for now. We'll always grow back at some time, but I'm happy being clean shaven, which I haven't had done in quite a while. So there you have it. So anyways, let's go ahead and move into some questions that you guys have. Okay, so if you do have any questions for me, just making sure they're not personal questions, making sure your questions are semi-personal and general. By semi-personal, I mean that it's something personal to you, but it's also beneficial for others to know about this question and answer. Okay? This one here is from Roman. Roman says, Hi Brad, When will the UK government and economy collapse? Seems to be ahead of most countries in the spiral as the movie unfolds. Indeed. Let's take a look at that. We'll ask that question to the cards. When will the UK government and the economy collapse? So the important thing to remember is that the economy itself is not really collapsing. It's the old way about how the economy was run that is collapsing. There's a new economy coming, right? This is what I talk about with the quantum financial system. Basically what we could refer to as decentralized currency. Okay, so cryptocurrency certainly plays a part in that, but there's also a new form of quantum financial system that's coming. Okay, and it is going to be debuting here very soon. Like I said, I feel the golden year for that is 2023. But nonetheless, we'll look into the UK government and the economy as well too, right, and see what's happening there. Okay, so what I'm getting here in the past, this is again just a balancing act, right? There's been a lot of attempts to just get all of these old systems out of the way. It's kind of like they're just cutting cords. It's kind of like what I was doing in healing, right? So they've been cutting a lot of cords. They're bringing in new administration. Everything. It's kind of like the new chess pieces are being put on the board. And again, they're not fully there yet, but they're certainly getting there. Okay. So again, this is representing new authority, a new role, okay, a new administration that is going to be playing out the idea of transitional government, which is already taking place right now in the UK. Economy collapse, as far as the old economy goes, yes, this is exactly what's happening right now. The old economy is dying a very, very slow death. Okay, it's been dying for quite some time, and I think we're going to basically move into something a lot better. Okay, something that's a lot more well-connected, right? So we're seeing the world, so we're seeing something here that represents a well-connected, a well-oiled machine that is going to function worldwide. Okay, every country in regards to this new financial system that's coming is going to work together. Okay, so it's all part of a new quantum financial system. It's just about to get off the ground. And so this is basically kind of like a next 3 to 6 months card. I think probably within the next 3 months. So that's an approximation. But it looks like this is starting to move ahead full steam and is going to culminate. Like I said, I think 2023 is the golden year for that. Okay, so it is happening. It's taking place. Like I said, the old economy is collapsing and a new economy will be taking its place. That is certainly in fruition right now. A lot of changes, a lot of the new chess pieces being put on the board, and we're going to see some more tremendous changes as we move forward here. I am going to be doing the next signposts here to debut on Sunday as well too, and maybe I'll talk about some of this. I'm not too sure what the topics are just yet, but that is coming up, the signposts episode, the next one. Should be a very, very good one as well too. I'm also going to work on doing transmissions of the higher self. I'm going to try and get that in this weekend. If I can't, it'll be early next week because I have some really good stuff with there. It kind of reminds me of my old Adronis days. That's not Adronis, it's the higher self. So there's going to be some really good information coming in with that as well too. A lot more on kind of deeper metaphysical topics, deeper inner workings, inner knowledge topics as well too. But yes, looking into the signposts this weekend, may cover some stuff like that. I'm not too sure what to expect, but something great will happen. So Roman, I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution too, brother. Have a good one. All right. So just going down the list here. Okay, here's one from Nguyen. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Nguyen says, "Hi Brad, is it possible to manipulate karma for our own benefit? Much appreciated. It's just not wise to do that. When you are attempting to manipulate karma, you're trying to control, and you're trying to control outer circumstances of yourself, and that is not what's going to bring harmony. Even though you may bring temporary relief to yourself based upon your attempt to manipulate certain karmic circumstances, you're still just manipulating the mind. That manipulation cannot last because the mind is automatically configured as a construct to restore its own balance when there is manipulation that does not belong. So no matter how you try to manipulate the cord, no matter how many times you try to manipulate the string, the cord, is going to move back into harmony. So even if you try to stretch and stretch and stretch, just like you're pulling the arrow's string, it will shoot back. So there's no real point in trying to manipulate your own karma. That will not help you. The key here is to transcend your karma, is to completely surrender and release to it. If you are willing to work together in healing all of your impermanent struggles, the only way that this can be done is when you operate as permanence yourself. So as you operate as permanence yourself, you are going to realize that the ability to nullify that karma will become much more easier, much more simpler. So that entire nature of you feeling like you have to mess around with the mind, you have to play around with the mind, you have to manipulate the mind, will only bring about a small form of relief. And as that comes back, the pain, the struggle, the suffering comes back as well too. Do not attempt to play with the mind to think that you're going to get permanent relief. You cannot work with impermanence through impermanence to think that you're going to get a permanent solution. That's not possible. In order for you to have permanent resolution, you need to work with the permanence of your being, that being awareness. So this is very, very important to remember. Do not mess with the idea of karma on karma's level. Go beyond it. Surrender and release to it completely. All right? Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Nguyen. Let's go on. Good question too, by the way. All right. Moving down the list. You guys, some of you are just adorable. Happy dance and song, absolutely. This is just an update from Carol Ann. Carol Ann says, "Thank you so much, Brad, for all the healing you did for me last week regarding my anxiety and depression. I feel so much better, and I'm so much calmer. It is so greatly appreciated." Carol Ann, that makes me very happy to hear that. I'm just really happy when you guys give me updates. Like if I'm doing healing work on you, and you contact me and said, "Brad, this is my results," right? You make my day, right? Yeah. Illuminate my soul with that. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Caroline, and blessings to you. Okay. David of Shield says, "Brad, hopefully you can record your ventures and share with your channel." Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty much doing that. There's a lot more ventures ahead, so we will be working with that as well too. It's just been a very, very busy week with me. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. I'm creating some new ideas. Did I tell you guys that I'm making a healing code bed? All right, so I'm working with that right now. And that should be ready probably around early to mid-November to be coming out. And there's a brand new website coming out. It's going to be healingcodeshop.com, but it's culminating the healing code cards and the healing code shop together as one. And one of the new products will be the healing code bed. Okay, and I'm also going to be working on a healing code regenerator mat as well too. And this is very profound. So what it's basically doing is it's taking this idea of the energy decks, 2 cards, okay, the positive polarity collector and the negative polarity receiver, and we're making that into an entire healing bed technology. Okay, so I do have someone who's helped me out with it as well too. She's great, and we're working with it together, and we're building this brand new healing code bed. I'm currently developing the codes for it as well too. And it's going to have 3 functions: a sleep function, a healing function, and a lucid function. Okay, so I'll be talking more about that as it gets out. And it's basically going to be coming as bed kits. Okay, so you basically have a 4-piece bed kit that you order, and it contains the codes, the symbols on it as well too. It's really nice looking. There's 3 different colors. There's blue, there's pink, and there's gold. Okay, and you just put that on your bed, and then you'll have instructions through the website that you just print out. And then it'll show you exactly how to utilize the bed. Once you have that bed, for as long as you have that bed, you have a healing code bed. And that is going to remarkably heal you, incredibly. Okay, it is probably the most strongest healing code technology to date, will be the healing code bed. It will be even stronger than the healing code cards. That's how powerful this is going to be. So I'm looking forward to rolling that out, again, early to mid-November. And it's going to be great. There will even be an early bird sale for it as well too. Okay, so we'll have bedding in like a double size, twin size, queen, and king. I think there's California king as well too. but there'll just be bedding sets, and you're just ordering these bedding sets, and you put them on your bed, you activate them, you lay down, you get healed, you get healed while you sleep, and it also assists you with lucid dreaming as well too. So it's extremely powerful. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think that's the closest thing to a med bed that we'll have, right? Because it's going to be extremely powerful because it works with you. It works with your own prana. It's spirit working with you, right? So rather than a med bed, I would call it a spirit bed, or rather, the healing code bed. So stay tuned for those updates. I'll have some more updates here in the next few days about the healing code bed and getting it ready for a early to mid-November rollout, as well with the brand new website too. Okay, moving down the list. Just wanted to give you guys that update. I forgot to mention that in the announcements today, but glad I got reminded. Okay, this one here is from Prince Edward County. Edward says, oh wait, no, I think this is for somebody else. Never mind. He's actually addressing somebody else with it. Never mind, my bad. Let me just go to live chat. There we go. Okay. So Karina asked the question here, will free energy be released soon? Okay. And I think there's a good reason for that question, because we're seeing how the energy bills pretty much around all of Europe are insane right now. Okay. So I think we'll kind of take that question, we'll tweak it a little bit. Is there a new alternative energy system that is going to be coming here very, very shortly for the people of Europe to get out of this heavy expenditure of energy bills that they're going through right now? Okay. So a new alternative energy system. And let's see what the cards say about that. Okay, so the past, of course, been living under a lot of deception, a lot of these illusions surrounding, the old archaic energies of fossil fuels and so forth. And it feels like that's going the way of the dinosaur. It is feeling like it is intentionally looking to be moved out. So yes, there is some form of something new on the rise. So we're kind of seeing like the sunflower here. Something new is on the rise here. Something new is coming. We're basically going to be seeing endings to the old ways pertaining to the old energy systems. Okay, so that is going to be on the way out. So there is going to be some transformations taking place. It is moving into preparation. It's going to be a big surprise. There's going to be a surprise rollout, right? That could be Tesla technology, could be something completely brand new that we're not familiar with. May even move into just a solar technology or wind technology or whatever. But I feel like it may be something better than that. So it looks like there is some type of new alternative energy on the rise, and it looks like pricing will be a lot better. Okay, so something is certainly coming. This feels like it is within the next couple of months. Like I said, maybe it could still be this month or next month as well too. Maybe as we get into the end of the year. But again, those high prices aren't going to be staying too long. This is all part of the old cabal trying to hoard and be greedy with everything that they can get their hands on because they're losing everything, right? So like I said, it's just going to come back. It's going to ricochet upon them. It's going to fall down upon them. Their entire walls of their structures are just going to collapse from under them, and they will get hit by those walls. So yes, it's just more and more of a further collapse that's taking place. Like I said, I think we'll probably see that. Again, it could be this month, could be November, but I think at latest, maybe December, January, we may start to see some changes taking place. So I can't say for sure if it's Tesla technology. That's certainly a possibility. But something new is going to be taking its place. We just have to watch out between now and the next couple of months to see what that could be. All right? So I can't say if it's free energy because you guys are still paying for it. Okay? Basically, we don't really call that free energy. We call that clean energy. Okay? So clean energy is going to be taking its place here very soon. I can't say if it will be within the next couple of months, but that's something that is certainly going to be upon the path of many countries, is moving with clean energy, right? Getting out of nuclear, getting out of coal plants, getting out of fossil fuels, getting out of these gas oil pipelines, all of that garbage, right? And something new is going to be taking its place. It's going to be ready to roll out. But they're still putting the chess pieces on the chessboard here. So it's nearly there, but I'd see in the next couple months something big could take place. Yes. All right, so thank you, Karina. All right. Okay. Okay, this one's from Grow. Grow says the Norwegian Prime Minister has 2 men who look after him, bodyguards, or have the white hats put them in charge. Okay. So I assume you're referring to the Norwegian Prime Minister, if he's part of the white hats. Maybe that's what I assume what you mean, right? 2 men looking after him. Well, it usually could be bodyguards, or it could be handlers, who could say. It could be counterforces. So let's just take a look at that situation with the Norwegian Prime Minister. Is he basically on the side of the counterforces? Okay, we'll look into that. Okay, so what is happening here with the Norwegian Prime Minister? Yeah, it looks like he has certainly switched sides, right? So there's been a switch, right? So I think maybe it's just been a switch to him. I can't say if he's a doppelganger. He might be a doppelganger. It's quite possible. Wouldn't surprise me if he's a doppelganger, okay? There's been some kind of switch that's happened here in the past, okay? So, yeah, that kind of tells me. I think the ex-Norwegian Prime Minister may have already been processed, okay? He may already be out of the game. Looks like somebody has already taken his place, okay? This looks like a doppelganger to me, okay? It's not the original Norwegian Prime Minister. It's a doppelganger, okay? So someone has been put in his place and is moving in the right way, so this is a counterforce initiative. So as is a counterforce initiative, looks like there's going to be some big things happening for him. But I feel like maybe those 2 people are kind of like his, not just his bodyguards, but kind of like his handlers as well too, kind of watching over him, making sure he's doing the right stuff. Maybe he's just an actor. I don't know. Of course, pretty much everybody in politics these days nowadays are just actors, really. Most of them. And it looks like great success, right? So it looks like he's going to be bringing in some alignments here, some harmony, just with him being a figurehead. Okay, it's really the counterforces behind the scenes that are doing it. But he's just being a figurehead for that. Okay, so there definitely feels like a switch that's happened here pertaining to the Norwegian Prime Minister. Okay? Thank you for your question, Gro. Okay. Okay, this one here is an interesting question. It's a spiritual question. This one here is from Alend. Alend says, "Hi, Brad. Must one be in 5D to manifest desires?" This would be a misconstrued concept. The idea in that sense about how you are manifesting desires does not come through the dimensions of mind. The dimensions of mind are no more different than the sandbox. The grains of sand that you shape within the sandbox itself relates to the idea of that manifestation. But who is it that's shaping the sand? If we look at the idea of clay, who is it that's shaping the clay? It's yourself. So therefore, as you are the one that is shaping the clay, as you are the one that is shaping the sand, as you are the one that is bringing about these manifestations, it all comes through awareness. It comes through your intelligence. It comes through consciousness. That is the permanence that, again, permeates everything. It is all pervading. The mind simply follows suit. Just like the sandbox that you sit in as a child, the sand is not going to protest about how you shape it. The sand will be shaped in any way that you see fit. So this has nothing to do with higher dimensional perspectives of feeling that if I'm able to manifest myself, is that a 5-dimensional concept? No. There are higher dimensions, but those higher dimensions do not relate to the work that is being done through you as intelligence, as consciousness, as awareness. It cannot be that way. The mind has no will of its own. It's nothing but a construct. Therefore, when you're looking at all dimensions, all forms of constructs contained within this singular construct that is referred to the mind, it is nothing but the clay being shaped. It is nothing but the material that is being shaped through you as intelligence, that operates through all frequencies, all vibrations, all coherencies, all energies. And that is the manipulation that takes place based upon the state of manifestation. You, as divine, infinite, permanent intelligence, are always the one that brings about the appropriate manifestations. Whether they may be negative or positive in nature doesn't matter. It's all based upon you. If you put the willpower that you want to harm yourself, then manifestation will reflect that. If you put in the power to heal and benefit yourself, then manifestation will reflect that. But it has nothing to do with dimensions. Dimensions are just lighter substance. It's the idea where the atoms are moving at a much more higher rate. They operate on a much more different level. Whereas the atomic structure in this density, the atoms themselves are much more dense. But as you move up the veil, you go up the ladder dimensionally, you will notice that those atoms actually become much more light. And as they are light, as they are life, you will notice that they oscillate on completely different frequencies, to where everything is much more malleable and bendable and manipulated in that way. No more different than when you go into dream time, have a lucid dreaming experience, and you're able to bend and shape reality as you know it through that image of the dream. It's no more different. So therefore, it is all about you as intelligence, all about you as awareness, all about you as consciousness. That is the idea at play here. It has nothing to do with dimensions. Those are frequencies. Those are vibrations. But what matters the most is you as that permanent, divine, infinite intelligence. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll end. Hope that makes sense to you. Good question, too. Okay, Sylvie Bryan asks a question here. Is it true that there is Chinese police stations in Canada? And what are they doing here? Well, I'm Canadian. I have not seen any Chinese police stations. Okay. In Vancouver here, we do have quite a mixture of people. We have Chinese, we have Indian. It's a lot of people from all over the world here in this city. But I don't see any quote-unquote Chinese-operated police stations in my neck of the woods. Okay. So I would completely debunk that in my area. But let's take a look here in regards to that question. Are there any Chinese-operated police stations here in Canada, operated by the Chinese, that are here? Okay, let's take a look. Okay. No, not really from what I'm seeing. There are those in that sense, of course, who may work along with the idea of the police. A lot of it is talked about because, it's said that, Canada has sold itself out to China, right? And I think a lot of that is changing in that particular way. From what I can say here, it looks like the authority has always been what it was, right? They certainly may have certain stroke, but that's basically a no in regards to what I'm getting here about the idea of Chinese-operated police stations in Canada. I'm getting nothing of that sort. No, it certainly is run as it has been running in the past as well, too. And with how it's going to continue to run, it looks like it's going to bring about benefits. So I'm not really getting anything in this reading pertaining to the idea of China ruling or running police stations here. In a way, there's that kind of corroboration, but it's not 100% Chinese-run police stations here in Canada, right? Like I said, I live here, and I've seen nothing like that here. Okay, so that's my answer to the question. Okay. Let me just go down the list here a bit more. I'm probably going to take about 3 or 4 more questions, guys. Okay, here's an interesting question here from Noreen. Noreen says, what color is the real sun? It's colorless. It doesn't have a color. Okay, so this goes back into what I was talking about with the true nature of the sun. If you guys have seen my True Nature of the Sun video on my YouTube channel, okay, it's a New Earth Teachings episode, and it talks about the true nature of the sun. Now, again, it appears white based upon its bombardment of our atmosphere. Like I said, it's almost like a sonoluminescence effect. And that sonoluminescence effect that we can see like a white sun. Now, decades past, we were able to see that sun much more in a yellowish hue. Okay, but that's not actually the color of the sun. That's the color in that sense of the effect of the rays of the sun coming upon our atmosphere, where we actually see that light. Like I said, the atmosphere, the etheric atmosphere, is like a lens. And so it's making everything beyond the earth visible. Our sun, the planets, the stars. Okay? And it's because of our atmosphere that makes it happen. It's like looking at it through a lens, right? So we can see the light. We can see the tiny piercings of light from the stars. We can see the light coming from planetary orbits as well, too. And of course, we can see the white light of the sun. But if we were to go beyond the atmosphere, beyond that etheric lens, and just floating directly in space, everything would appear pitch black. Everything would be completely pitch black, unless you have some type of special apparatus or special technology that would enable you to see everything. But if you're floating in the middle of the space, unless you're right by a planet, okay, here's Earth right here, but everything else just feels complete blackness. You don't see anything. So even in my astral journeys, going through space, everything just appears black. It's a very, very different vibration. It's like being in the middle of a honeycomb. There's just pockets everywhere, right? There's pockets everywhere. And it's, again, like everything just interconnects to everything else. Our Earth is the same way, right? She is honeycomb, right? She's a honeycomb planet, right? She's not flat. She's not 100% spherical. She's ovular. But it's, again, more of a hexagonal sphere. That is more appropriate to the nature of her geometry. And she has pockets because there's interdimensional Earths. There's other Earths that crisscross together with our plateaus as well. That's why a lot of the ancient technology had stargates and all these other different forms of technologies that could intersect together with other corresponding Earths, right? All existing in different timelines, all existing extra-dimensionally as well, too. But again, when we go out into space, it's just blackness. It's complete and total blackness. Of course, with your mind, when you're in the astral, you can just say, okay, take me to Mars. Poof, and I'm on Mars. Take me to Saturn, and I'm on Saturn, right? Or I could just say, just take me into middle of space. And all there is just that blackness. But there are people in that sense who go into the astral state who can really feel space. Like they really are in touch. I can't really do that too well. Who are really in touch with the idea of going into outer space, and they actually feel it with sensations. And they feel the energy in space is thousands of times more powerful than what you have on the Earth. You're just vibrating all the time. It's so incredibly powerful, right? It's an entire void of immense energy, of immense frequency, of immense vibration. So the Earth is being a buffer for that, right? It's helping to manage that intense amount of vibrational energy when you're hovering in space, right? When I get certain impressions, I can feel just hovering in space is quite intense, but I don't feel it as intense as someone who may have those sensations intact through their astral body to really, really feel it. So I get just impressions of it, but it's very, very different. So the sun truly is colorless. It is not even available to the naked eye if we did not have our etheric atmospheric lens, right? If we go beyond that, you won't even be able to see it, right? That's, again, everything that science has not told us. There's a lot of secrets to the sun that mainstream science has not even come close to being correct about. Okay? So, something just to ponder. All right? Thank you. Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. Just give me a minute, guys. I'm still just looking through the list. Okay, this is a good question here from Alexei, I think it is. Alexei Gamble, can you explain why people can't heal other people's emotional problems? Because you're the only one here. That's the whole idea. When you're looking at other people, you're simply seeing reflections of yourself, right? You are the center point. If I'm to put a dot on the middle of the page, well, that's your presence. That's the presence of you as that dot. You also don't realize that you're in the entire page because you are. But that dot represents a degree of form. And we are the center of our reality, right? When we look at other people, if we try to change them, we just can't do it. It's not possible. We can't change them because we don't have that authority, right? You have to understand that people are in their own reality. They're in their own universe. And therefore, you cannot just go stepping into a person's universe and say, hey, I'm going to change you. Boom. Can't do that. A soul cannot change a soul. Okay? So that's the whole idea. Only the divine within us, only the infinite intelligence, God, the self, is able to make all what it is. Okay? So it's when you go into that level, like when I'm doing distance healing on you guys, I'm talking to spirit, right? I talk to spirit and say, okay, let's see what we can do with this person if they have a sore back or whatever the issue is. And I look into it and I say, okay, this looks like something that we can release. Talking to spirit, spirit says we can release it, so it gets released. And we put a new cord in, and then we absorb all the goodness into that cord, making it as strong as a steel cable. So it's kind of like a cross between the cord removal healing and being in the abode, right? And just being able to completely heal all of that. I'm just witnessing, I'm just observing, I'm talking to spirit, just seeing what can be done. With spirit, all things are possible. Okay? With man, nothing is possible. This goes right back to what Jesus said. Right? With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. This is it. Because we're trying to change people through man's ego. If we are not completely content with everybody within our life, then that's man's own intention to try to change things. You can't. Right? It's not your world. This is God's world. This is Spirit's world. This is the world of infinite intelligence. You don't have a say here. The only thing that you can do is that you can change yourself. You are the only changeable presence in all of creation. Only you. So as you change yourself, the Rubik's Cube starts to shift, and now you realize that everyone around you looks like they have changed. They haven't. You've changed, and your vibrational shift that you do now enables you to go upon the planet and meet all these other people who you maybe once had scuffles with. And now you're feeling complete peace with them, because it's exactly what we're doing with the release ball method. Okay? So it's not possible for us to go ahead and heal people's emotional problems, heal people's changes. I don't heal, guys. Right? It's spirit coming through me to take care of this. I work with spirit, and spirit does the work. Right? Everything comes from God, and everything comes through God. Okay? Not through you. Not through the personality consciousness. With all due respect, guys, your personality consciousness is the weakest part of yourself. It has no power at all. It cannot do anything. Right? It's just there for physical presence. It's the personality. It's this bundle of thoughts, the bundle of behaviors and characteristics. That's all it is. It has nothing. It has no real power whatsoever. It can walk. It can do intellectual stuff. Yeah. But as far as that true spirit power, it is spirit that works through you to therefore work and assist others. And again, where there is agreement with spirit, all these things are gone. And that's all I'm doing. I myself am nothing. Brad is nothing. But it is when spirit comes through this vessel and that work is being done through spirit that all things are possible. Okay? It's not just Jesus. There's been masters throughout the entire ages that have said similar things about this. That when you work as one with spirit, all things come into fruition. That's the idea. So you're not here to heal other people's emotional problems. You can't. It's not possible. So you can try and argue with them. You can try and negotiate with them, and that's fine. But if they're not at all in harmony with what you're talking about, there's no agreement. Okay? So when I go to spirit and I talk to somebody, because somebody just comes to me, they draw themselves to me, right? The people that need my help come to me. I don't come to them. They come to me and said, Brad, this is my problem. I'm ready to let go of this. Can you help? Sure. I get out of the way. Spirit comes through. We take care of it. Okay? Spirit may also say, well, he needs to go through this experience first before we can fully release that. And this is why you see me doing these updates in between the healing sessions. Okay, the distance healing. You need a little bit of healing here, yes, but you have to work with this experience because this is something that you have to go through. It's what you've agreed to go through. Once you go through it, then we can do a full healing on you. Okay, so as you see here, Alexei, I don't heal anybody. I have never cleared anybody's emotional problems, ever. Never. Okay, Brad is nothing. Spirit is everything. So when you are embodying spirit, you are one, you are at one-ment. with spirit, and you let that flow, now everything's possible. This is what I'm teaching you guys when you're going into the release ball method. You're letting go of everything. You're letting go of all this programming, this mind programming that so many people think they are. I'm this identity. No, you're not. And those who want to keep their identity only do it for sympathetic purposes. They want to keep their illness because they have something to talk about. They have something to feel like they need to be pitied over. And that's the only reason why they keep it. But you are, again, the only changeable presence. So as you change yourself, your reality changes with you. Okay? As you change yourself, the picture changes with you. The people in your life changes with you because you've let go of all those tendencies. I can speak from experience about this because I've experienced it firsthand. My students can speak about this because they are experiencing it firsthand. Some of my clients I'm working with can attest to this because they have been doing it as well too. Okay? So it happens. This is the truth, guys. I'm not even saying this is all speculation or anything like that. This is something that actually happens. But don't take my word for it. You have to really explore this yourself. You have to do something like the release ball method and see what it does for yourself. That way you'll know. I could never convince you guys of anything. I can say this works because I know for myself it works. I'm hearing from my students that it works. I'm hearing from my clients that it works. But you have to try it for yourself. And then you will know that it works this way. Okay? Thank you, Alexei, for your question. Okay, I think we're going to take one more question, then we're going to wrap up. Okay, Shirley has a question here. Question, where did the Tartarians go? Mud flood and melted brick buildings. Where did the civilization relocate to? I'm just learning now. Okay, let me take a look here. Well, you have to understand that the Tartarian civilization incorporated multiple different races. They were not just the idea of one particular race, but the descendants of it are, again, those who are Russian. The descendants of it are those who are Indian. The descendants of it are those who are Arabian. The descendants of it are those who are Asian. The descendants of it are those who are Jewish. All of these races together represented the Tartarian civilization, and their progeny exists to this day. But the idea of the departing of the old ways came through a great deal of warfare, because they were becoming a great power upon the planet in the ancient times. And in doing so, they created many enemies. In fact, one of their greatest adversaries were the kings of Atlantis. There was also, in that sense, kings of Egypt that were also against them, mostly for the nature of power struggle. You would understand that the land that is now referred to as Russia is truly referred to as a type of motherland, or a land of light. And that land of light has held much of the secrets pertaining to the ancient ways. The Tartarian civilization overall was not a violent culture. They were very much brought here to assist in anchoring in the light upon the land of light, which is now modern-day Russia. Yes, there were mudslides. Yes, there was a lot of disasters that took place. But a lot of these creations were artificialized. It was to bury them because they were very much the light bearers of this planet to the time in which they existed. They did not resist so much in the idea of wanting to go to war. But many of them, in that sense, retreated from this planet. Yes. What that means is that they gave up their bodies, and they would come periodically through the ages once again to return certain degrees of knowledge forms that were prominent during that time, and it would be through modern-day people. So therefore, much of the progeny that represent the races that I speak of are again that of the Tartarian civilization. Many of them voluntarily gave up their bodies. Many of them and their bodies did perish, but their spirit has endured. And they will come back at appropriate times, and even some of them are available now, here on this planet currently, to at some particular point reveal greater degrees of knowledge in regards to the Tartarian civilization, because they will remember it. It will be in their own memory. So it is already happening. Everything pertaining to the preservation of ancient knowledge will always return until the earth returns back into that primordial knowledge once again. It will always be available through the select few, and then it will increase, it will intensify, it will get stronger, and then therefore the entire world will be very much in regards to the knowledge that Tartarian civilization held, which was all about unity, which was all about union. Very similar to what you would understand as the Siddha of ancient India, to where they too had connections to the ancient Tartarian civilizations. They too represented the idea of the non-dual way of life. The Tartarian civilization was all about that. So that knowledge will return at the appropriate timing, where there will be few, then many more, and many more, and it will culminate into something much larger until the entire earth is now blanketed with that pure divine, non-dual knowledge once again. All right? Thank you. Okay. So guys, we're going to wrap it up. It is now 12:30. Like I said, it's a bit of a short episode today. Thank you again, guys, for your amazing questions, your healing requests, for doing the healing with me, the mass meditation. Blessings to all of you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the next signpost episode that will be up this Sunday, and I'm looking to do the transmissions of the higher self. Again, either this weekend or early next week, it will debut. And just a reminder to everybody again of the Kundalini and Inner Practices Stonehenge Tour. Okay, so like I said, registrations are already starting to be looked at right now. There's already a few people interested, and like I said, there's not that many spots. There's 21 spots. So let's make sure you guys fill those spots, as it is going to be going fast. It's an early bird launch right now, so the best time to go for it is right now. So it's wowtours.de. You can also find the link in the video description. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar, and may it be well with you. Bye for now. Thank you for the new YouTube channel to like, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new body deck special edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.